and welcome to this game number 20 of the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. We're in the in the 5th place bracket now in the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. And your next game up here, game number 20, is the Richland Rebels and the Van Buren Bulldogs. Is that right, the Bulldogs?
Correct.
The Van Buren Bulldogs we've got here. Fine matchup. Both teams have shown some promise in this tournament. And I'd like to introduce our commentators, myself, Tyler Wagner. Alongside me to my left is Ed Gargis of New Wave Communications. And also behind camera, we got Richard Kimball, who's filling in for us today. He's doing a fine job. And,
he's going to have his work cut out.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping up with this broadcasting crew.
Yeah. We use sign language.
There you go.
Yeah, big game we got here. Van Buren pulled off basically the upset of the tournament early on.
Yes.
Against Kennett.
Number 14 over a number 3 seed.
Kennett came in as the 3rd seed in the tournament. Van Buren knocked them off in the first round as the 14th seed. Showed up in the next game, I believe, with Twin Rivers.
Yes.
Twin Rivers took a pretty big loss there, but showed they're basically they're outmanned. You know, Van Buren doesn't have a lot of height.
The thing about that, though, I think they found themselves down pretty. I don't remember the margin if it was 12 or 20, but they fought back and they were back in the game to a 4-point deficit. There in the second half. And so Van Buren, as we've seen and we've been saying, they're going to come here and they're going to try to dictate their style of ball play. They're going to play the whole game. They're going to run their offense, play their defense, and see if they can't stick around to the end of the game and make something happen.
And we've got the Richland Rebels who pulled off an upset of sorts against Donovan. Donovan came in, the 7th-seeded team in the tournament. Richland stands as the 10th seed. They knocked off Donovan in the first round. And in the second round, they met up with the 2nd seed of Porterville, which has been rolling through this tournament so far. Met up with them. Had a close game in the second half. In the third quarter, got it down to about 4 or 5 points. Then Porterville just pushed it ahead from there and won. And had a big game from Drew Thornton in that game. Their other scorer, they have a sophomore guard, Ryan Cleffer. Had a tough game, which anybody's about to have a tough game going up against Porterville, their defense.
Yes.
So they're going to look for Cleffer to step up big in this game and look for Thornton to have another big game. So that's what we have for game number 20. It should be a dandy. The winner goes on to take on Bloomfield for the 5th place title.
Yes.
And we're about ready for the starting lineups here, but we'd like to let you know that this game is brought to you by Three Rivers Community College and First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. First State Bank and Trust supports all high school athletes, coaches, cheerleaders, teachers, administrators, and fans. Have a great 52nd Bloomfield Christmas tournament. That's from the First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. Phone 624-3919. And our officials for today's game is Jay Cookson, Kevin Lawrence, and Lee Jones. And starting for the Richland Rebels, number 20, 5'11" junior, Jesse Brown. Number 22, 6'1" junior, Drew Thornton. Number 30 is 6'2" senior, Jeremy McGaddy.
Mac Thornton, number 32.
Number 32, 5'10" junior, Mac Thornton.
And then number 33, Jonathan McGarity.
And 33, 6'2" senior, Jonathan McGarity. And the Richland Rebels are coached by Casey Knight and Ryan Garrett. And for the Van Buren Bulldogs, number 10, 5'9" junior, Daniel Newberry.
Nathan Freeze. He's the general for the Van Buren Bulldogs.
And number 30, 6'1" senior, Kyle Burt. Number 33, a 6' junior, Sledge Crowley. And number 44, 6'1" senior, Corey Kennedy. Well, Ed, it looks like we might have a fast-paced game here. Both teams don't have necessarily a whole lot of height. Van Buren, we saw them get up and down with Kennett. You know, they put the ball on the floor and moved it up against Kennett really well. And we know Richland can get out and run as well, so should look to be a fast-paced game here. Drew Thornton for the Rebels is going to jump it up with Sledge Crawley, Van Buren. A tip up goes to Richland.
Drew Thornton.
Drew Thornton down low,
Drew.
lowers the shoulder, and they call for the offensive foul.
So there's Nathan Freeze, or Tyler Freeze, excuse me. He just kind of does everything for the Bulldogs. He's going to lead the floor, set their offense, but then 5'8" senior down low taking the charge as well.
And the Rebels coming out in the zone. Double down low. Kicks it back out to
Freeze.
Freeze.
Pass to Newberry off of Jeremy McGarrity's foot. Ball being passed in by Burke. Gives it to Freeze. Freeze trying to set the offense.
Ball picked off by Thornton. He's going to go the length of the court. Up, no good.
Rebound there by Sledge Crawley. Back to Freeze. Freeze walk the ball up the court. Good hands there by Jeremy McGarrity tying up Freeze. Possession stay with the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs the inbound on the baseline. Ball goes down low. Looks like a foul on the Rebels.
Got to be on Jonathan McGarrity there. Got his arms all kind of tied up there with Kyle Burke.
Kyle Burke shot up, good. Second shot up from Burke is good.
So with just over a minute into the game, there's a steal by Newberry and the layup. Just like that, Bulldogs jump out to a 4-point lead.
Drew Thornton with a long pass. He's going to go up the left side, up, no good.
Mac Thornton with the rebound and the putback. So, as you were saying, Tyler, kind of Richland's going to want to push the ball up and down the court. They're going to want to play fast-paced.
Freeze up with a shot, no good.
Rebound, Jonathan McGarrity pushes it up to Jesse Brown. He'll walk the ball up. Mac Thornton. Jeremy looking to his brother Jonathan.
Brown in the corner, looks down to Drew Griffin. He goes up.
Looks like Richland's really trying to get their A guy.
Yeah, Drew Thornton, he had a whale of a
early
game against Portageville, and if you can have a good game against Portageville, you can have a good game against any team in this Christmas tournament, and that's what they're looking for early.
Yeah.
Deep pass to Mac Thornton, almost picked away. Pass to Drew on the baseline. He drives left to the baseline. Shot up, good.
Nice shot. Nice drive there by Drew.
Pass down in deep. Corey Kennedy goes up and good.
So.
Mac Thornton brings the ball up the right side. Crosses over left. Gives it up to Brown. Looks in again to Drew Thornton once again. And it looks like we have a holding call
On Kennedy. His first. Richland to take the ball out underneath.
Pass in the corner goes to Brown. He puts up a three. No good. Rebound Mac Thornton. Oh, tipped away. Kennedy takes it away.
There you go, Tyler. We got it. Freeze pushes the ball down up the court to the hole. Little acrobatic. Couldn't get the ball to drop.
Well, that's a lot of what Van Buren does. They're a little deceptive on the outside, and they make the cuts towards the basket and get easy baskets. McGarity with the fadeaway. No good. Rebound, Van Buren gets pulled to the ground. Looks like it's going to be on Jesse Brown.
It's Newberry going up for the rebound there. All 5'9" of him.
Oh, he's tough. You should have seen him in the Kennett game. He was wearing those boys out. Over to Newberry along the left side. Skip pass. And turnover there. Did you get the call on that?
44, I think. Corey Kennedy with the push. Isn't that the technical term for the foul, push?
Yeah, looks like the.
Well, it looks like I may be wrong. It wasn't on Corey Kennedy. It was on number 33, Sledge Crawley.
Drew Thornton up.
Nice
Good
shot. Elevation.
Well, he's just taking off where he left off against Portageville. And that's what the Rebels need early on. Ball pass down
nice
low.
Head fake. Oh.
No good. Rebound, Mac Thornton.
Jesse Brown trying to slide the ball in, and looked like Jonathan McGarity may have broke out. Nathan Freeze walking the ball up the court. Tyler Freeze, excuse me. I'll call him Nathan all night. I apologize.
Ball up top.
Good pass there by Freeze down low to Burke, and the foul. Foul going to be on number 22 for the Rebels. That being Drew Thornton, his second.
Yeah, Richland really doesn't need that early.
No.
Shot up.
See Ryan Cleffer coming into the
good.
ball game for Drew Thornton. Ryan's new to the team this year. I think Coach Casey Knight there still trying to figure out how to play both of them.
Yeah, Ryan's one of their better scorers, but he gives them a good lift coming off the bench early in the game. Rebound, Cleffer. He looks to give it up to Brown. Ball into McGarity, turns around, jumper. No good. Rebound,
McThornton.
Thornton goes up and good.
Jonathan just couldn't get the bounce that time. Or excuse me, that was Jeremy McGarity, number 30.
Mayberry drills a little side, he's trapped.
Oop.
Thornton looks to take it away and jump ball. Possession to the Rebels. McGarry inbounds to Cleffer. Seeing a little full court pressure from Van Buren. Cleffer at center court. Goes to Mac Thornton on the right side. Back up to Brown, over to Cleffer to the left side. He puts up a three. No good. Rebound to Brown. It looks like he pushed off to get that position, and it'll turn it over to the Bulldogs.
Be the second foul on Brown. 33. Crawley back in the game for the Bulldogs. It's Kennedy take a seat.
And Ben Griffin in for the Rebels. Richland in a 2-1-2 zone. Move it baseline to Duncan. He puts it up, no good. Rebound Mayberry. Fakes up, puts up a shot, good.
Felt the pressure coming, waited, let it pass.
And it looks like we got a foul underneath on Van Buren.
Number
That'll
3
on Michael Duncan.
Yes.
Mac Thornton up top of the ball. He looks right side to Cleffer. He drives baseline. Looks deep to McGarity, puts up a shot, blocked, batted away. In the middle of the paint, Clifford looks at it, puts it up. No good, fouled on the play. That foul will be on Kyle Burke. His first, team 5th. That'll send Ryan Clifford to the line shooting 2. First shot up, no good. Second shot up for Clifford, no good. And they got a push in the back on Richland.
So with just over 2 minutes to go in the game, Coach Knight calls a timeout. All tied, 8-8. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
And we're back. About 2 minutes to go left here in the first quarter. Score tied up all at 8-8 here in Game 20 of the 52nd Annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Van Buren Bulldogs against the Richland Rebels here in the 5th place bracket. Winner of this game goes on to take on Bloomfield for the 5th place title. So what do you think so far, Ed?
Well, you called it well right before the game. Richland's going to try to outrun the Van Buren Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, they like to run more of a half-court offense. Tyler Freeze does a great job of setting it up and creating opportunities. Bulldogs been using a lot of that cross-court pass today, and there's Newberry. Can't quite handle the pass, doesn't see the shot. Over to Duncan, back out to Freeze. Newberry with the 3, and good from the baseline. Puts the Bulldogs up 11-8 with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
I'll tell you, Newberry, he's been one of the fine players in this tournament.
Yes.
Clifford with the ball, he passes over to
Griffin.
Clifford
Griffin
back with
to
the ball.
Clifford.
Pulls up jumper, good.
Nice shot by Ryan.
Newberry skips to Freeze.
Into
Down
Burke.
low.
Duncan cleans it up, back to Burke. I think Crawley's going to get called for over the back there. Just a little out of position.
Got a minute left to go here in the game. Van Buren on top of Richland, 11-10. Clifford trapped out front, looks to Mac Thornton, thrown away. Picked up by McGarity.
Yes, Jeremy.
And Griffin picks the ball up, and it's going to be an over and back violation.
Yeah. DeJournay just couldn't quite handle the pass, a little high.
And that's Zane Betts, number 1, into the game for Van Buren. Tyler Freeze at the top of the court. Maybe look to take some time down for the last shot. We're 25 seconds left in the first quarter.
Richland content to just sit back in that zone, let the clock run down. Not allow any opportunities or lanes to open up inside.
We're down to 7 seconds.
Looks
Newberry
like
with the ball on the left side. A lot of pressure from Griffin. Loses
the
control.
steal.
Shot up. No good.
Good defense there by Jeremy McGarity getting the ball. Just
And
three-quarter length of the court. Just can't get that shot to go.
nice pressure by Richland there right at the last second to keep the shot from getting off for Van Buren. And that brings an end to our first quarter here in Game 20 of the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Van Buren on top of Richland, 11-10. We'll be right back. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
And we're back as each coach tries to get the last little bit of coaching opportunity in this time between the quarters. There's the buzzer. We ought to see both teams coming back out on the court now.
Well, it sure got a lot of fouls here early on. With both teams strapped with 6 fouls. So both teams are in the bonus going into the second half. So any foul from here on out, they're going to the free throw line. So that can be big here in the last period of the first half. You know, if you get fouled, go to the free throw line, and you need to convert. So teams shooting the free throws is going to be a key point here in this first half.
Bulldogs will have the ball to start the second quarter. Looks like Kyle Burke will be taking it out, tossing in to Tyler Freeze.
Looks for Newberry in the corner, back out to Freeze.
Looking to penetrate. Newberry back up top.
Burke in the corner looking for room. Kicks to Freeze. He puts up a 3, no good. Rebound Betts. Kicks out to Newberry. Back to Betts in the corner. He puts up a 3. No good. Rebound to Jesse Brown. He's fouled on the play.
It's like Crawley may have got there just a half second too late. A little bit too much contact. That would be his third. So he'll take a quick seat. We got, looks like Nathan Daisy in for the Bulldogs, as well as Corey Kennedy back in.
And
Kyle Burke can take a seat.
Right off the bat here, looks like 40 seconds into the first or the second quarter, Richland gets a foul, goes to the line. First shot up, no good. Let's get past the head, up to Kennedy, up and good. See, Van Buren's not afraid to get the ball up the court quick either. They're really good with their passing up the court. That's what they're really going to do is push the ball up on the pass.
And they maximize their opportunities. They kind of lull the defense into thinking they just want to play a half-court game. And next thing you know, they get the rebound and they push it up quick and 2 points.
And in the meantime, Mac Thornton drives the baseline, goes up for a shot, and is fouled by Corey Kennedy. That's his third foul. Shot up by Thornton, no good.
Rebound Daisy. Freeze to push the ball up the court. Over to Newberry. Back out to Freeze.
And it looks like Van Buren's going to pull out. Maybe try to draw out Richland. Richland sticking back in a 2-1-2 zoning. And Van Buren hasn't really...
It's like Jesse Brown kind of wants to inch out there, but Coach Nice, boys playing well disciplined, doing exactly like Coach
Van Buren's
wants.
not really getting any real good looks, and they're trying to draw Richland out a little bit, maybe get them into a slightly different defense, get a better look defense that they would like.
Corey Kennedy kind of snuck back there and sank down, and Freeze with the pass off the hands of Richland.
Inbound to Freeze, he looks down.
Crawley, good
Crawley
move.
goes up and good.
Oh, excuse me, that's number 32, Sam Simmons.
Sam Simmons, you're right, that's right. Sam Simmons, a 6'1" senior. Drew Thornton drives baseline, goes up reverse, up no good.
Rebound Jonathan McGarity in the putback.
Well, Drew Thornton's, he's being aggressive early, and that's what Richland needs. He's had a good tournament so far playing that way, and for Richland to be successful in this tournament, they really need for him to be aggressive. And in the meantime, Zane Betts turns it over in a walking violation. Richland to inbound. Inbounds to Kleffer. He goes right. Step back, jump shot. No good. Rebound to Van Buren.
No
Freeze
surprise
will bring it
there.
up.
Freeze
Looks
pushing
to
the
Betts in
ball
the
up.
corner for three. Up, no good. Rebound, Mac Thornton. Yeah, that's
correct.
right,
Mac Thornton.
Mac Thornton.
Good call there,
I want to
Tyler.
say Griffin there for a second. I don't know why. There's Jesse Brown around the screen. Three goes up, no good. Tipped away.
Rebound Simmons for the Bulldogs.
Pushes up to Freeze. Drives in, no good. Shot's no good, but is fouled on the play.
Foul going to be on Jonathan McGarity. His third. See his brother Jeremy there standing next to the scorer's bench.
Shot up from Freeze, no good. Well, both teams not able to really capitalize on these fouls early. Both teams we had two misses here on the one end from Richland, and now one miss from Van Buren.
Jeremy McGarity back in the game for Ryan Cleffer.
Shot up from Freeze, no good.
Rebound Jonathan through the legs and over to Jeremy. Jesse Brown will bring the ball down the court.
Looks like they're trying to jump him there on a trap. Looks down to Mac Thornton. Gets into Drew Thornton. Ball stripped away.
Good hands there by Simmons.
Newberry picks it up. They're going to push it up to Betts along the left side. He cuts to the center. Over to Freeze. He looks underneath.
Nice
Shot
move
up,
by
good.
Simmons. Great feed there by Freeze.
And that's Sam Simmons for two. Mac Thornton looks to bring it up. He's going to get trapped along the baseline here. He looks into Drew. Dump down.
Nice.
Shot up and good.
Drew felt the double team. He knew he was going to have somebody open. A great feed.
That's Jonathan McGarity on the score. Tyler Freeze is going to put up a three. Up, no good. Rebound, Mac Thornton. He's going to look to push it. 2-on-1 break. He's got Drew right with him. Passes up to Drew. Up, no good. Fouled on the play.
Think that's going to be from behind on Daniel Newberry. Newberry doing a great job of hustling down the court to give a little hand there. His first foul. With 4:14 to go. Van Buren Bulldogs on top of the Richland Rebels, 17-14.
First shot up from Drew Thornton is good. Ryan Cleffer back into the game for Jonathan McGarity. Second shot coming up for Drew Thornton. Shot up and good.
So now a 1-point game, 17-16 in favor of the Bulldogs.
There's a pass down to Simmons. He puts it up and good.
Did a great job corralling that pass in. That was a bullet by Freeze.
Cleffer bringing up the right side. He crosses over left, pulls up. No good. Drew tries to bring it down. Saves
out
it
to Cleffer.
to Ryan Cleffer at top of the key for three. Up, no good. Rebound, Newberry.
Newberry saw Daisy breaking, but thought better of the full court pass.
Yeah, that would be a high-risk pass there. Shot on the baseline is good.
Simmons
by
showing a great
Simmons once
touch there.
again. He's got 8 in the quarter. And we've got a timeout on the floor at 3:26 remaining in the second quarter. The Van Buren Bulldogs on top of the Richland Rebels, 21-16. Well, really, Van Buren's really taking advantage of the zone here early on against Richland. They've looked for the open lanes, getting wide open passes, and you see Simmons being the main beneficiary on that. He's got 8 points in this quarter. Looking good early for Simmons.
Yes, it is. He's doing a great job of creating opportunities for himself.
And that's kind of what I think Coach Knight and the Rebels are trying to do, is try to get Van Buren shooting some shots outside and maybe start to get some long rebounds, getting it pushed the other way. You got Mac Thornton and you got Ryan Cleffer to push the ball up, and also you got Drew Thornton that runs the court very well. And you got a 3-man break anytime there's a missed shot there. So it's not working out that way for the Rebels right now, but we'll see what kind of adjustments are ahead for the Rebels. And we'd like to take this time to let you know that this game is brought to you by Three Rivers Community College and First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. And action resuming here after the timeout. Van Buren bringing a little full court pressure. Jesse Brown looks to bring it up, passes off to Mac Thornton. He'll bring it up the left side. Looks to pass over, picks it up, gives it up to
That'd be Jeremy
McGarity.
McGarity. Cleffer with a 3.
And Simmons with the rebound. Freeze will push it up the left side. Looks underneath, batted away.
Good hands there by Drew Thornton.
Betts recovers it. And Bass taken away by Mac Thornton. They're going to push it up, gives it up to Ryan Cleffer on the right side. Jump stop up, no good.
Rebound, McGarity.
He looks to put up a shot, batted away.
Newberry, the little guy.
Passes up ahead to Betts, taken away by McGarity. He's looking to give it up in the backcourt. Brown's going to bring it up the left side. Gives it up to Mac Thornton. Looks for Drew Thornton. He's going to drive left into the paint. Up. No good.
Foul going to be on Simmons. Thornton got the step on Simmons. Simmons trailing the rest of the way to the court, to the hole.
Well, I'll tell
Not a
you,
lot
Drew,
he can do there.
he's got a lot of weapons. He can bang down low with the
Yes.
back to the basket. Also, as we've seen there, he can face up and beat you either way. He's been one of the fine players in this tournament.
I believe as a freshman 2 years ago, he may have been an all-tournament selection.
First shot
don't recall
up,
last year.
Thornton is good. Second shot up is good as well. Thornton with a pretty good half so far. He's got 8 in the game. Freeze looks to Richland's looking to trap here.
Whoops.
And Jesse Brown about got the deflection, but runs into Freeze, trying to make the steal. That'll be Brown's 3rd foul. That'll send Freeze to the line to shoot a 1-on-1. That's Richland's 8th team foul. Van Buren's has 10 team fouls. First shot up from Freeze is good. Second shot on the way is good as well. Cleffer's going to bring it up for the Rebels on the right side. Looks deep to Drew. He goes up, snags it, puts up a shot. No good, but is fouled on the play.
It's a great feed there by Ryan
Sure
Cleffer.
was. That's not an easy pass there, that lob pass. He had a defender in front of him, fronting him, and also had a defender on the backside willing to help out on that backside, and it dropped it in there perfectly. First shot up for Thornton is good.
(23-19) in favor of the Bulldogs with just under 2 minutes to go in the half.
Second shot up is good.
23-20 now.
Looks like Richland's trying to do a half-court trap here. Looks like they're going to tie it up right here at center court. Possession arrow to Richland. It looks like that was part of the adjustment Coach Knight was having at that timeout a few minutes ago. They're going to come out in a half-court trap. And it's paid off here early. Drew Thornton with the ball, tries to dribble in and commits a charge foul. That'll be Drew Thornton's 3rd.
Good defense there by the Bulldogs.
Looks like he'll take a seat with 3 fouls with just under 2 minutes to go.
Number 50, Bobby Billingsley in for the Rebels.
Richland's in a 1-3-1 set. Simmons looks to the corner to Newberry. He puts up a 3. No good. Rebound. Betts on the far side. Puts up a shot and is fouled by Billingsley. Betts just snuck
Right
in
place
there
at the right time
on the
there, yes.
offside. Nobody, Richland didn't have that side blocked off, and he snuck in there, got the rebound, and put up a quick shot and got fouled. First shot up for Betts is good.
Second shot up. Daisy with the rebound. Somebody forgot to block out there, and with the putback. 26-20 in favor of the Bulldogs.
Mac Thornton with the ball. Gives it over to Cleffer. He crosses over left, goes in the paint,
Nice
upright.
move by Cleffer.
Good. It's a nice crossover and to the right hand. Nice shot there in the paint by Cleffer.
And so with under a minute, Van Buren sets up the defense or the offense.
Betts over to Newberry. Looks
Down
in
low to Simmons. Out to Freeze. Open three. Doesn't get the bounce. Rebound by Newberry. He'll take the three. And good. 29-22.
Cleffer with the ball.
Just
He'll
to-
bring it up the right
We
side.
bring it down to 30 seconds in the half.
Cleffer looks into Billingsley. He crosses over right. Baseline pulls up. Shot no good, but charging foul on Cleffer on the play.
Be Cleffer's first for the half. He'll take a quick seat. 25 seconds to go in the half. Freeze a walk the ball up.
The game for Cleffer for the Rebels. We got 20 seconds remaining. See if Van Buren kill a little clock here. Try to take the last shot. Freeze goes left. Crosses over right. Looks for Betts. 6 seconds remaining.
Daisy will take the three. Rebound Billingsley. And that'll be the half. So at the end of the first half, 29-22 in favor of the Van Buren Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break and be back with your stats. You're watching high school basketball, the 52nd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament here on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
and convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
And welcome back to our halftime coverage of game number 20 of the 52nd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. We're in the 5th place bracket for this game between the Van Buren Bulldogs and the Richland Rebels. Here in the first half, we have a little dose of stats for you. The leading scorer for Van Buren at the half is Daniel Newberry with 10 points, followed by Sam Simmons with 8, Corey Kennedy with 4, and for the Richland Rebels, at the half, Drew Thornton leads the Richland Rebels with 10, followed by Ryan Cleffer with 4, Mac Thornton with 4, and Jonathan McGarity with 4. And we got a halftime score of 29-22, Van Buren on top. Relatively low scoring. We thought teams would come out and really push the ball up the court. Both teams are, looking to get easy baskets on the break. We saw Richland get a few baskets on the break. They really tried to push it up, but teams aren't really getting out on the open break early here much early, and fouls are becoming a big deal in this game. We had both teams are over 10 fouls in the first half, and to look at it here real quick,
What do we have?
Van Buren's
Crawley
got
and
2 players with 3 fouls
Kennedy?
already.
Yes.
Have Sledge Crawley with 3, and Corey Kennedy with 3. Two of their big guys underneath, and also for the Richland Rebels, they've got 3 with 3 fouls. Jesse Brown, he has 3. Drew Thornton, their main man, he's got 3, and Jonathan McGarity has 3. So foul trouble could become a big deal here in this second half.
Yes, it could. Yes, it could. And as you were saying before the game, you thought both teams try to push it up the court, but we saw Van Buren do what they do every year in the tournament. They'll dictate their style of play. They were more than content to show the team their opponent will play half court, and as soon as the opponent thinks they're going to play half court, boom, they come back and push it up the court real quick. So just great recognition on the part of the senior there, Tyler Freeze, of seeing and reading that from the opposing defense and being able to take advantage of it.
That's one thing Van Buren does really well. They don't dominate the ball. When I say dominate the ball, they're not going to break you down and get to the lane, shoot it up, you know, do that kind of thing. They're going to be real deceptive with their offense, look for the quick passes and the alleys that are going to be good opportunities to score on. Like we saw Sam Simmons, he's working the baseline there, and they're right in the paint. He's moving around, getting open shots. And like we said, he's got 8 so far, and he pretty much got those points off those, you know, those nice little passes there on the baseline. And Drew Thornton, he's getting it done early, as the Rebels need him to do. He's one of their main forces down low. But other than that, they're really not getting a whole lot of scoring out of the other players. Ryan Kleffer's he's got 4 in the first half. He's one of their better scorers. He can shoot the ball real well. He had some good drives, nice crossovers and getting into the paint, making some good shot, getting some good looks there in the paint. Wasn't converting, but he's been off here the past few games. Had a real nice game against Donovan. Had a good shooting night, but been a little inconsistent here the past few games. But he's getting the good looks early on, and if he's getting those good looks, I'll look for him to have a big second half.
Absolutely. He's a good shooter. He finds his stroke, then he's going to be right up there with Thornton, knocking down some buckets, and going to keep this game close, or we'll see Richland really come out on a good end of the stick there. So,
yeah, defensively, we saw Richland come out from a timeout into a half-court trap here.
Yes.
Got a turnover on it, went the other way with it. That was towards the end of the half, so we didn't get to see much of that. Be looking for that in the second half. Richland coming out maybe in a full court pressure this time. Maybe stick back in the half court and try to get Van Buren to make those cross-court passes they were doing the first half. And I think that's what Coach Knight was thinking of doing, is getting those guys to make passes that weren't towards the goal in the paint, and proved to work early on.
Yes.
And Van Buren, they've basically kind of stuck back most of the game, played a little man-to-man, and they've done fairly well. They've kind of Drew Thornton's got 10 points, but I thought they did fairly well on him in the first half. As long as they don't let him just start dominating the boards and just getting every putback there is underneath, they should be faring well towards the end of the game.
Yeah, it looks to be playing out to be an exciting ball game, a great second half coming up. So with that, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
And welcome back. We're about to begin this second half of game number 20 of the 52nd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament between the Van Buren Bulldogs and the Richland Rebels. Halftime score, Van Buren on top of Richland, 29-22. And we'd like to let you know that this game is brought to you by Three Rivers Community College and First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. First State Bank and Trust supports all high school athletes, coaches, cheerleaders, teachers, administrators, and fans. Have a great 52nd Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. That's from First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. Phone 624-3919. And again, I'd like to introduce our commentators tonight. Myself, Tyler Wagner, alongside Ed Gargis of New Wave Communications, and also behind camera, Richard Kimball. He's in his first time doing camera work for us. We had Corey Martin out today, and Richard's filling in for us today, and we sure appreciate him for that. And sure appreciate you, Ed.
Oh, thank you much. We're glad to be here. We're New Wave Communications. We're really proud of what YAC TV brings to our systems, and the high school basketball, the local programming, something you can't find with our competitors. And just a great asset to have. And again, New Wave Communications, glad to be in the Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, bringing high school basketball along with YAC TV.
Sure thing. And
No surprise here. Tyler Freeze has the ball for the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
He'll
we're
have it
opening
all
up the
night
second
long
half
and control
here.
that offense. Yes.
Van Buren opens up. Pass down to
Kyle Burke.
Burke. He puts it up, no good. Rebound Thornton.
Drew Thornton, because his cousin
Thornton.
Max on the other side of the court. Got a couple of Thorntons and a couple of McGarrity's.
Drew Thornton go baseline,
Spin.
turns around right. Shot up, no good.
Newberry with the rebound. Jesse Brown going to be a little over aggressive there and call for the foul.
And that's his fourth personal foul here early on in the third quarter.
Not exactly what Coach Knight wanted to see, but Ryan Kleffer certainly capable of handling the ball for the Rebels. He's back in the game. Tyler Freeze, again, walking the ball down the court. Over to Newberry. Back over to Freeze. Looks for the three, drives. Out to Newberry. Back over to Freeze. He'll take the three this time and bank it.
Well, that's what Van Buren wants to do. They want to work the ball around and get their shot. Drew Thornton down on the post, turns around, puts up left. No good.
Rebound, Jeremy McGarity. Kyle Burke with the rebound for the Bulldogs, and Freeze will push it up the court quickly. And the drive rejected there by Mac Thornton. Kleffer with the rebound. He'll push the ball. He loves going to the hole.
Pass thrown away, picked up by Freeze. He's got a 3-on-2 break.
Over to Daisy. Nice, nice. Tyler Freeze just has great presence of knowing where his teammates are out there.
Mac Thornton with the ball on the right side. Looks to Kleffer in the corner. Looks down to Drew Thornton. Thornton has a spin move on the right. Goes up left. Good. Nice spin move by Thornton. And Freeze will take his time, bring it up the court to anticipate the Richland defense. Batted away by Thornton. Daisy picks it up. He's going to drive right. Gives it up left to Burke. He puts up a shot. Fouled on the play. Foul will be on Kleffer, his second. Team foul number two for the Rebels. And we're taking a break here to probably mop up a little sweat.
So with 5:46 to go in the third quarter, Van Buren Bulldogs on top by 10, 34-24. It's Kyle Burke at the line for the Bulldogs.
First shot up, good for Burke. Second shot's up, good for Burke. Kleffer will push the ball up. Drives in off the knee of Kleffer, out of bounds to Van Buren.
Good hands there by Duncan.
And we got a timeout on the floor. Coach Knight wants to talk it over. And we're 5 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. Van Buren on top of Richland, 36-24. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition.
means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
And welcome back. We're about to resume action here momentarily off a timeout between Van Buren Bulldogs and the Richland Rebels in game number 20 of the 52nd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. We're in the 5th place bracket. The winner will go on to take on the Bloomfield Wildcats to claim the 5th place title. And again, our officials for the game: Jay Cookson, Kevin Lawrence, Lee Jones. Van Buren inbounds. Freeze will bring the ball up center court. Off to Betts on the right side. And Freeze gets tied up at the free throw line, and possession arrow will go to Richland.
Good defense there by Jeremy McGarity.
Mac Thornton bring the ball up for the Rebels. McGarity on the left side. Center to Cleffer. Goes over to Mac Thornton. To DeJournay. He drives to the right. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebound Mac Thornton. He looks for a shot underneath. Goes up. No good. Rebound DeJournay. Good.
The put back. Good offensive boards there by the Rebels.
Freeze brings the ball to the right side, looks down underneath, misses it. That's Burke underneath, misses the easy two. Ball back out to Newberry, into the corner to Burke.
So
no good.
In and out, 3. I think Kyle Burke on that first shot was expecting some defense there.
And that's what Van Buren does. They want to get the easy shot. And they had one there, but missed out on it. DeJournay up with the shot, no good. Rebound to Freeze, looks like he gets poked in the eye, and an official timeout. Boy, it don't take much to get a thumb in the eye to really, really throw you off your equilibrium. And Freeze will bring it back up again. Looks like Richland's coming out in a 1-2-2, looking to trap in the half court. Ball down low, kicks out to Daisy. Fouled on the pass. That was Corey Kennedy looking to pass to Daisy. Fouled on the play.
By Jeremy McGarity, his first.
Daisy inbounds to Freeze. He'll bring the ball up top. Ball deflected away by McGarity. Betts gets it back. He goes to the right side. Comes back left. Goes up to Newberry. Over to Freeze. Down low to Kennedy. Gets tied up in the lane. Possession stays with Van Buren.
As Jeremy McGarity again on the defense. Tying up the ball.
And a few substitutions here and here. Drew Thornton back into the game. And Ben Griffin into the game. 5'10" senior. Freeze with the ball in the corner. He goes right, drives into the lane, dumps it down to Daisy. Good.
Well played by both Freeze and Daisy.
It's one thing Richland's going to really have to try to stop here in the second half is those passing lanes that Van Buren's opening up underneath. 3 outside by Richland, no good. Rebound by Newberry. He's going to push it up. And the Betts in the corner. He'll bring it out. Ball deflected away. Freeze gets it back. He dribbles in. Foul on the drive. Looks like it's going to be on Drew Thornton. And if it's Drew Thornton, that's his 4th personal foul. And it is. Drew Thornton's 4th personal on the night. And he'll come out. DeJournay will come back in for Thornton. Newberry with the ball on the right side, picks up his dribble. Looking for a teammate. Throws it away.
Jonathan McGarity with the steal.
Gives it up to Mac Thornton. He'll bring it at the top of the key. Crosses over right, gets it out to McGarity. Back out to Thornton. Griffin goes right. Goes down to DeJournay. McGarity goes left to the baseline, up, no good. Newberry with a rebound. He'll push it up the right side. Goes cross court to Freeze. He's looking down low to Daisy. He's got him on the block. Desjardins gets with a push in the back. His first personal foul.
That's 5 for this half on the Rebels.
It's,
0 for the Bulldogs.
15 foul for the Rebels. And Daisy goes out. And I believe that's Sam Simmons into the game. Daisy with the ball center court, trapped. Ball deflected away.
The Rebels come up with it.
And Jonathan McGarity with the steal. And McGarity comes off a screen, puts it up, no good. Rebound Newberry.
So with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Richland's having a hard time
connecting
on those shots here in the third quarter.
Just under 2 minutes now. Bulldogs have pulled out to a 12-point advantage, 38-26. Again, a low-scoring game. Bulldogs controlling the tempo for the most part. Doesn't help the Rebels having Thornton on the sidelines with 4 fouls.
Betts goes underneath for an easy 2. Ball almost deflected away by Richland, but regained and passed down under to Betts. Mac Thornton goes left off the pick. Goes left to Griffin, pass into McGarity, thrown away, deflected, and will stay with the Rebels. And we have a timeout on the floor. Richland's going to take another timeout. We're minute 33 left in the third quarter. Van Buren on top of the Rebels, 40-26. Well, it sure is. Well, here since the half, Van Buren's scored 11 in this quarter to Richland's 4. So we have an 11-4 run here coming out in the third quarter. Well, it seems like Richland's getting some decent looks out front, but they're having a hard time underneath with Drew Thornton on the bench with 4 fouls.
Yes. And those looks out front, while they may seem to be pretty good, it's that Van Buren defense that's probably affecting those shots as much as it is that Richland's just off their game a little bit. But
yeah, Richland
shooting teams can get hot quickly.
Yeah, that might be Van Buren's plan here to maybe push them out a bit, and with Richland struggling to hit that outside shot with no Drew Thornton underneath to get those putbacks.
Yes.
And no Drew Thornton to throw it down to. That's going to pose a problem for the Rebels here. Thornton on the bench with 4 fouls with here a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And we'll see how the Rebels adjust here in the second half. Ball about to inbound here. Jeremy McGarity will inbound for the Rebels on the baseline. Looks underneath for Griffin, not there. Looks to pass baseline, picked off
by Crawley.
He pushed it ahead to Freeze. He puts up a 3, no good. Rebound, Jonathan McGarity. Gives it up to Mac Thornton. DeJournay passes left to McGarity. To Griffin. He'll put up a 3. Up, no good. Rebound, Freeze. He'll push it up the right side. Look, cross-court pass picked off by Griffin. He'll push it up the right side. And he throws it away to Freeze. Freeze throws it up to Newberry. 2-on-1 break. Shot up, no good.
Good hustle there by DeJournay getting back on the defense.
Mac Thornton pushes it up. He's got a 2-on-2 break. Puts up the shot, no good. Fouled on the play. That foul will be on Corey Kennedy, his 4th personal. So we're seeing the big guys here getting the fouls early on in the third quarter. And it looks like he may take a seat or not.
Ryan Klepper in for the Rebels as Jeremy McGarity will get a break.
Looks like Corey Kennedy's going to stay in the game for the Bulldogs. Second shot up, no good by Thornton. Got 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Van Buren on top of Richland, 40-27. Newberry at the top of the key. Griffin applying pressure, throws it away. Gained by Freeze, dumps it down to Crawley, up and good.
Actually, that's Simmons again.
Simmons, that's right.
Is that 10 points for the senior?
10 points.
With under 10, DeJournay assessing the defense.
Time winding down here, 8 seconds to go.
Out of
Pass
bounds
underneath,
on the
deflected.
Bulldogs.
Deflected out of bounds. Cleffer will inbound with 6.5 seconds remaining. Pass to the baseline out to DeJournay. Looks for Cleffer in the corner. He drives baseline. Pulls up. No good. Fouled on the play with 1.4 seconds. Well, I tell you, on that baseline play, with as much time as was, you can count on whoever's taking the ball out is going to get the shot.
Yes.
Cleffer to the line, shooting 2. First shot up, good. Second shot up for Cleffer is good. He's got 6 in the game. Desperation shot from Van Buren up, no good. That brings an end to our third quarter here at Game 20 of the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Van Buren on top of the Richland Rebels, 42-29. You're watching your high school source for high school basketball, YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
And we're back here, about to start the fourth quarter of game number 20 of the 52nd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament between the Van Buren Bulldogs and the Richland Rebels. Van Buren comes into the tournament, the 14th seed. Richland, the 10th seed. Both pulling off somewhat of an upset. Van Buren knocks off Kennett in the first round. Kennett, the 3rd seed, coming in. And Richland, the 10th seed, knocking off the 7th seed, Donovan. Matched up here in the 5th place bracket. The winner moving on to play Bloomfield tomorrow for the 5th place title. And it looks like Richland's going to inbound for the fourth quarter. Van Buren on top, 42-29. Drew Thornton back in the game, puts up a shot, no good. Cleffer got to get the put back, no, puts it up, no good. Thornton back with it, up, no good.
And Crawley stepped on the line there.
Yeah, Crawley had the rebound, stepped on the line. Well, Richland had the opportunities there, had 3 or 4 opportunities.
Boards, just couldn't get the ball to drop.
Rebels inbound. Looks for Cleffer in the corner, knocked away by Daisy. Stay with the Rebels. Rebound, inbounds out to Mac Thornton. Gives it up to Jesse Brown. He's back into the game. Up to Thornton. Over to Jesse Brown in the corner, up for 3, good. Well, it's been a while since we've seen Brown back in the game.
He's sitting with 4, hadn't he? Had he been sitting with 4 fouls?
Freeze looks right underneath, up and
Crawley.
good for Crowley. Brown will bring the ball up. He crosses over, almost knocked away by Newberry. Picked up, given to Cleffer on the right side. He goes left. Up with the right, good.
It's a nice move, nice shot there by Cleffer. Daisy with the ball. Back over to Burke. Back out to Freeze. Freeze will look to drive. Stripped by Thornton. And Freeze with the defense on the backside.
Knocked away by Freeze. It'll stay with the Rebels. 6 minutes, 42 seconds left in the game. Van Buren on top, 44-34. Inbound, it goes to Clifford. Puts up the three and good. Well, that's what Richland leads right now. They need somebody to step up and hit some shots, and Clifford's coming up big here of late. Drive in, dumped off to Daisy. Has it taken away by McGarity. He pushes up to Mac Thornton. He's going 1-on-2. Jump stops and
Call for the
commits
charge.
the charging foul. That was Freeze that drew the charge. Mac Thornton's first personal foul. And a long pass on the inbounds. And an easy two for Van Buren.
Newberry down there causing havoc on the inbound. Mac Thornton polices it up. He'll
Crawley with
walk
the
the
easy
ball
two
up.
on the inbound. Richland was applying the pressure up top. Cleffer with the ball. He drives baseline, pulls up. Drives
Stripped by
in, gets
Burke.
stripped away. Drew Thornton trying to apply some pressure. Gives it up to Daisy. He looks down for easy man. Gets it back. Shot up and good.
Good defense there by McGarity, but great heads up by Daisy to follow the ball.
Cleffer with the ball on the left side. Puts up a three. Up, no good. Rebound Crawley. Van Buren looks to push it up for an easy two. Daisy puts it up and good. Cleffer brings the ball up left side. Gives it up to Thornton. Mac Thornton looks down to Drew Thornton on the baseline. Pass it into Cleffer on the cut there. He goes up for a shot. Fouled on a play. Foul be on Nathan Daisy. His first personal. Third team foul for Van Buren. We'll take a quick break here. You're watching game number 20 of the 52nd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament between the Van Buren Bulldogs and the Richland Rebels. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
and convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
And we're back, about to resume action here on the other side of the timeout. I'd like to let you know that this game is brought to you by Three Rivers Community College and First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. We sure appreciate you sponsors out there helping bring this 52nd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament.
We have Ryan Cleffer at the line for the Rebels.
First shot up is good for Cleffer. Second shot up is good. Richland applying the 1-2-1-1 press here. And they get a turnover. Cleffer with the steal. He drives up the right side, puts it up good. Some quick points here for the Rebels. The 50-41 score. Van Buren still up. Daisy drives, splits right, up and good. It's a nice little scoop shot by Daisy there. Almost drew the charge, but he sidestepped the defender enough to get the shot up. Cleffer looks for Thornton. Thornton looks down to Griffin, taken away. Freeze will push it up the left side. He'll drive up the center. Up, no good. Rebound Brown.
That was Jeremy McGarity on the rebound.
Cleffer will bring the ball up, looks down to Thornton. He'll go left into the paint, up with the left, no good. Rebound Crawley. We're just under 4.5 minutes remaining. Van Buren still up 52-41. Ball deflected out, Griffin with the steal.
Newberry with the steal. Out of bounds on Newberry.
Newberry deflects it, so it'll stay with the Rebels. Richland's really turning up the pressure here in the last minute. Down by 11 now, so they need some turnovers, some quick baskets. It looks like Corey Kennedy back into the game, and for Nathan Daisy. Brown to inbound, looks up to Cleffer. He puts up the three. Shot up, no good.
Rebound Griffin.
Griffin in the corner, looks back out to Clifford, taken away by Newberry. Newberry crosses over, gives it up to Freeze. Down to Kennedy, back down to Crawley, puts it up for an easy 2.
That was Kyle Burke.
Kyle Burke. Well, I'm having a hard time seeing those numbers out there, the yellow. I'm not seeing the yellow very well today. Shot up from Clifford. The three-pointer is good.
Lead back down to 10 for the Bulldogs with under 4 to
Richland
go.
applying the full court pressure still. Freeze brings the ball up, looks down. Another easy 2 for Van Buren. And that's Crawley for 2.
Freeze just does a great job of reading. And
Clifford crosses over left, pulls it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, no good. Rebound Burke, gives it up to Freeze. We're coming up on 3 minutes remaining. Van Buren ahead of Richland, 56-44. Winner goes on to take on the Bloomfield Wildcats for the 5th place title. Van Buren looking to get an easy basket here, and they're going to get it all, but he misses the easy 2. Thornton with the rebound. Gives it up to Cleffer. He brings it up left side. Pull-up jumper. Up, no good.
Rebound by Jeremy McGarity, and the putback. Timeout, Richland Rebels. 2:44 to go in the game. Still a 10-point lead by Van Buren, 56-46.
And we look for Richland to come out in full court pressure as they have. Haven't been able to force the turnovers here in the past few minutes. Actually, Van Buren's been able to get some easy baskets here of late, and that's what's really kept the spread here. A 10-point spread with 2:44 remaining. Well, yeah. Richland needs really, that's the one thing Richland's really struggled with here in this game is cutting down those passing lanes, and Van Buren's really gotten some easy looks in this game.
Well, they've done a very good job of breaking the press. And so when they're going to break that press, it's going to create some easy opportunities, and they've converted.
They've moved the ball really well. That's what's really led to their easy looks. And as we expected, Richland's going to come out in full court pressure here. Look like a 1-2-2 trap, full court trap. And it looks like Freeze is going to bring up the right side. They break the full court pressure, bring it out.
Van Buren content to run the clock.
Freeze drives the lane up to the right side. Shot up, no good. Fouled on the play.
Foul on Jesse Brown. His 5th.
That's his 5th foul. Well, we didn't get to see much of Brown in the second half. He picked up 3 and eventually 4 early fouls and played briefly here in the 4th quarter. And he's fouled out of the game. Brown goes out with 3 points on the afternoon. And number 12, 5'8" sophomore Parker Evans comes into the game. Freeze will go to the line to shoot 2. First shot up good. Second shot up from Freeze, no good. Rebound Jeremy McGarity. He'll give it up to Mac Thornton. He'll bring it up. Richland probably looking for a quick score here, but taken away by Freeze, and he steps on the end line, or the sideline, and back over to Richland. Good heads up there by Freeze. We have 2:17 remaining in the game. Van Buren on top, 57-46. Evans brings the ball up, gives up to Cleffer on the right side. Looks into Drew Thornton, he puts it up. No good.
Rebound Crawley. Back over to Freeze. Freeze will push it up, push it down the court. All alone is Kennedy.
And another easy 2 for Van Buren. Corey Kennedy puts it up and in. Cleffer push it up quick on the right side. Gives it up to Thornton on the baseline. Down to Mac Thornton. Puts it up. No good. Fouled on the play. Foul is on Tyler Freeze, his first personal. Mac Thornton to the line, shooting 2. First shot up, no good. And Daisy back into the game for Simmons. Second shot up from Thornton on the way. Up, no good. Van Buren takes it away. Freeze will push it up the left side. Looks it up for Daisy, up and in.
15-point lead with a minute and a half to go here in the game.
Cleffer looks for an opening. Ball deflected away. Evans recovers it. Fouled on the play. Foul will be on Crawley, Sledge Crawley. His fourth personal foul.
He'll take a seat as it's like Duncan back in, as well as Kyle Burke in for Kennedy.
Thornton looks to inbounds. Cleffer on the right side. Looks to drive baseline, spins. Taken
Defense
away
there
by Betts.
Duncan.
He's got a 2-on-1 break, gives up to Newberry. He'll back it out. Freeze at the top of the key. He'll take the three. Up, no good. Rebound, Drew Thornton. Gives it up to Ryan Cleffer on the left side. Gives it back up to Thornton. He fakes, puts up a shot. Up, no good. Evans with the rebound. Looks underneath to McGarity. Turnaround jumper up, good.
Good move, nice shot by Jonathan.
Richland looked to get a steal here, but it's going to end up being an easy two for
Duncan.
Zane Betts.
It's Michael Duncan.
Michael Duncan, that's right. I've been saying Betts. Michael Duncan, 5'8" sophomore.
Freeze comes out of the game.
And DeJournay's back into the game for the Rebels. Richland inbounds to McGarity. He'll fake, put up a shot, up and good. Duncan looks to avoid the trap. Goes center to Daisy, left to Newberry. And we're down to 20 seconds remaining. Van Buren on top, 63-50. Crowley at top, wind some clock. And we have a foul call with 5.6 seconds remaining in the game.
On DeJournay, 42, pushing.
Second personal foul, team foul number 8. That'll send
Daisy to the line.
Nathan Daisy to the line. Shot up and good for Daisy. Second shot up, good. And Zane Betts comes into the game for Daisy. Now I can say Betts.
There you go.
And Richard will bring the ball up. Time running out. Can't get a shot off in time. And that'll bring it in to our game number 20 of the 52nd annual Broomfield Christmas Tournament. Van Buren comes away with a win over the Richland Rebels, 65-50. And we'll be back in just a moment with some post-game comments and some stats with Ed Gargis and myself, Tyler Wagner. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
And welcome back to our post-game coverage of game number 20 of the 52nd annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament between the 14th seeded Van Buren Bulldogs and the 10th seeded Richland Rebels. We had a final score of 65-50. Van Buren comes out on top And some short stats here of the game. High scores for Van Buren. Top man was Daniel Newberry, and also with 10, Sam Simmons. Well, I should say
Tyler
first,
Freeze there
actually,
with 16.
Nathan Daisy, number 15, with 16
Oh,
points.
excuse me.
Followed by Daniel Newberry and Sam Simmons with 10. And you had a host of scores with 6 points. Tyler Freeze, Kyle Burke, Sledge Curley, and Corey Kennedy. And over for the Richland Rebels, high man was Ryan Cleffer with 18. Drew Thornton with 12. We have Jonathan McGarity with 8 points. And Mac Thornton also contributing 5 points. So there's your scores and stats for the 20th game here. Ed, I expected a little bit higher of a scoring game, but have a 15-point spread in favor of Van Buren. They'll move on to play Bloomfield for the 5th place title here in the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament tomorrow. Both of these teams had early success, pulled off first-round upsets. Richland over Donovan, then lose their next game to Portageville, which they gave them a good fight in that game. And then you have Van Buren pulling off the first-round upset of Kennett, which nobody expected. And getting in a second-round matchup with Twin Rivers, they lose that one, come in here and play very well against Richland. It seemed like any shot they got right in between the blocks there. And you know, like we said, you had Sam Simmons. He had 10 points, and it seemed like they went from block to block there.
Yes. Well, Tyler Freeze just does a great job of seeing. I think Richland kind of wanted to keep the shots out top and defended there and put the people out, and Freeze just does a great job of getting that ball down low to the open man. So also when Richland tried to put the press on, try to slow down that offense a little bit, well, you know, again, Freeze and Newberry did a great job of seeing it, beating it. There's a man open underneath. And so
yeah, Freeze did a real good job of pushing the ball up even against the press. They break the press, and then if you break that press, if you can break the front part of the press here, you get it into the backcourt against the defense. You got a 3-on-1 or 3-on-2 break.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what he did. He pushed the ball up the center court, got the easy shots down to Burke, Simmons, Crawley, and Kennedy and those guys. And that's what we saw most of the game. We saw Van Buren get their easy shots there in the paint. On Richland's side,
it didn't help that Drew Thornton got into foul trouble. That hurt the Rebels.
That's what I was going to allude to. Drew Thornton.
Ryan Cleffer, a little late finding his shot as well. So
their main inside threat. Drew Thornton picked up fouls early, ended up with 4 fouls in the game. He didn't foul out, but he got those 4 rather quickly, just midway into the third quarter.
Yes.
So he had to take a seat for most of that second half, and weren't able to really go to him in the game in the second half especially. He ended up with 12. But Cleffer, he come on in the fourth quarter. He ended up with 18. Had 12 in the fourth quarter when, you know, they're basically trying to make a push to come back. But at the same time, Van Buren was coming down and, you know, getting easy baskets. So Cleffer come on in the last quarter, but it seemed like they were just trading baskets there. So Richland wasn't really able to cut into that lead.
No. So either way, great game by Van Buren. You know, they come over here every year. They maybe don't get the respect they need coming into the tournament. They seem to always pull a low seed, but then they always are playing 4 games. So tribute to them. It's a long drive over here, and they come up, they show up and play a game every time they're on the court. So congratulations to the Bulldogs. Tough loss there for the Rebels.
And Richland's going to move on. They've improved in the amount of games that they played so far. They showed they played pretty well in this tournament. They played well against Donovan, put up a real good fight against Portageville. That was a joy to watch. And came in and just weren't really to get things going with foul trouble with Jesse Brown and Drew Thornton. Had to take seats, but it's been a pleasure to watch them, and also it's a pleasure to keep watching Van Buren. They'll move on, like we said, tomorrow to take on Bloomfield for the 5th place title. And we're going to wrap up our coverage here of game number 20. I'd like to let you know that this game has been brought to you in part by Three Rivers Community College and First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. For myself, Tyler Wagner, Ed Gargis of New Wave Communications. It was a pleasure doing the game with you again,
had a lot of fun.
Ed.
Good deal. Thank you.
It's getting more fun as we go on.
Absolutely.
You know, getting more competitive games, and I hope we have a few more in store.
We will. We will.
And also give credit to our new cameraman for the day, Richard Kimball. He's in for the first time doing camera work today with our cameraman, Corey Martin, out for the day. But Richard stepped in, doing a great job for us, and we sure appreciate him coming up and helping today. And that's going to wrap up our game number 20 with Richland Rebels and Van Buren Bulldogs. Final score, 65-50 Van Buren. And stay tuned for more high school basketball on YHC TV.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter, and Missouri State Representative Rob Mayer of the 25th District, and Missouri Southern Healthcare, located in Dexter.
And now we're with head coach of the Richland Rebels, Casey Knight. Casey, you just come off of a loss to Van Buren, 15-point loss there, trying to get into that fifth-place game against Bluebell. Didn't work out the way you planned. What do you think? What transpired in the game?
I think Van Buren done a great job. They're very fundamental. They got a lot of easy baskets on us, and they played hard. They came off of a hard loss to Portageville, and got out there in the game, and things started going down. I think we got our heads down a little bit, but not taking anything away from Van Buren because they did play a hard game. But I think our intensity level wasn't quite what it was the first two games of the tournament.
Yeah, and some of that could be attributed to Drew Thornton getting quick fouls early. Didn't get to play a lot of the second half.
He was in foul trouble, and I credit Van Buren for that. They took him away. They took some charges on him. I think he tried to force it a little bit tried to be a little bit too physical down low, and they done a good job. And when he's out, he's a big part of our engine, and when he's out, it hurts us.
Yeah, he was effective early on. You went to him early. He got some quick points, and then from there, it just seemed like Van Buren was trying to, get the edge on him, get position on him, and he drew some early fouls, and they kind of compounded and didn't get to play a lot of the second half, and that took away a lot of defending down low against Van Buren. We picked up a lot of easy shots down low.
Definitely. Our game plan was to pound it down low to Drew from the beginning, and maybe he was a little too aggressive, dropping his shoulder and picking up some fouls because of that game plan. And from then, it was a downhill, and we couldn't buy shots. There was a lid on the rim, and Van Buren done a great job working the ball and shooting.
Yeah, it seemed like you had a hard time getting the ball to fall down there in the fourth quarter when you needed points. And Kleffer came on there. He ended up with probably 12 or 13 there in the fourth quarter, but it seemed like at that time you were just trading buckets with Van Buren there. They were still able to generate offense and getting easy baskets, and just had a hard time there, it seemed like.
Definitely, yeah. Kleffer came, I think he had 12 there in the fourth, but like you say, we wasn't able to force any turnovers. They done a good job being fundamental. Seemed like they were one step ahead of us to every loose ball. And, I think that's really what helped us beat Donovan and then get a run on Portageville. So.
Yeah, you come in the tournament, not a bad tournament. You come out in the first round, you beat Donovan. What's seed-wise is an upset. Your 10th seed over 7th seeded Donovan. Then you come out and you play a darn competitive game with Portageville, the 2nd seed, which looks real good through this tournament. It looks like they could just sweep on through. Got them down to 4 points there in the third quarter. Looks like had Portageville off their game, and then the game kind of got out of hand there, and Portageville pushed it up to get the win. Then you come into this game, things don't go your way. Early fouls, your main players aren't in the game, and a scrappy Van Buren team comes away with a win.
Definitely, I give all credit to Van Buren. They played a great game. I wish them luck in the next round. And it was a letdown for us. We were hoping to get into that fifth place championship game there, and it's been a long time since Richland's been there, but we're going to keep plugging away and keep getting better.
Yeah, it seems like you might have a lot to build on with this experience, playing some tough teams, and move on from here.
Yeah, we definitely are. We play a tough schedule. We're relatively young. My seniors are stepping in and playing roles that they've never played, so we're going to keep plugging away and getting better.
Okay. Thanks, Casey, head coach of the Richland Rebels. Casey Knight, thanks for coming up.
Thank you.
And good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter, and Missouri State Representative Rob Mayer of the 25th District, and Missouri Southern Healthcare, located in Dexter.
And welcome to our Coach's Corner. We've just completed game number 20 of the 52nd Annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. I'm with victorious coach of Van Buren, Wayne Jessen. Thanks for coming up, Coach.
Thank you.
Look, you just come out of a big win against Richland.
It seemed like you were able to generate a lot of easy baskets out there.
Well, we got the lead, and they're late in the game, and they had to do things that uncharacteristic for them. They're not used to extending the court, and they had to because they were down so much. So we got some easy buckets because of that. Just taking them out of what they like doing. They like playing zone and controlling the tempo that way.
Yeah, it seems like Freeze really generated a lot of your offense. He's able to break some of the presses and bring the ball up and really distribute the ball very well down there and right around underneath the basket.
Yeah, and kids did a good job of running to those spots, and he'll find them if they'll run to the correct spots. He usually finds them, and yeah, he's a nice player, good guard. We won't have to work on press break too much because of a player like him.
And coming into the game, Richland's got a good inside threat in Drew Thornton.
Very.
And he got in foul trouble late. You able to get good position down low and get Thornton into foul trouble. He sat for a lot of the second half, and that enabled you to get some easy baskets down low where Simmons and Crawley and those guys were working down low.
Yeah, that's correct. And, yeah, we were fortunate he got in foul trouble. He's a very nice player, and the kid plays physical, and I knew he would be getting us in foul trouble too. We were just fortunate we had 20 fouls to give there in that position guarding him, and he got 7. He drew 7 fouls against us in the first half. So he's a very nice player and hard to control. About the only way we can control is when he was on the bench in foul trouble. So that definitely was our benefit to us.
Yeah, and you've had a very impressive tournament so far. You come out in the first round, you knock off Kennett, who was the 3rd seed coming in, knocked them off the first round. Took a loss to Twin Rivers in the next game, but you're back here with the Richland Rebels, knocked them off. And now you're set up for the 5th place championship game, and you know who you're going up against?
Yeah, it's Bloomfield, and that's a very tough task for us.
Yeah, Bloomfield up tomorrow for the 5th place title, and coming in as a 14th seed, coming away with a 5th place trophy doesn't seem too bad.
No, it doesn't. It's good for the kids. They need to have some success. I challenged them. We have yet to play good in the second game going back to back. We had our first 2 games of the year were back to back. We played well in the first one. Second one didn't play well. And then Friday here we played well, and Saturday we didn't. But Twin Rivers had a little bit to do with that Saturday too, though. Those kids play hard, and they play good defense, and they took us out of a lot of things we'd like trying to do. But I challenged them. Hopefully we can have 2 games back to back tomorrow.
I'll tell you what, the chat around the crowd, everyone says Van Buren's a joy to see every year coming in. They, generally they get in the lower seed, but they come in, they play hard, they get wins, and that's the chat around the crowd right now. Everybody enjoys watching Van Buren year in and year out.
Yeah, the kids do work hard, and they do like basketball down there, and they're in the gym whenever it's open usually.
So it's been a joy to watch the Van Buren Bulldogs recently victorious over the Richland Rebels, go on to play in the 5th place game against the Bloomfield Wildcats. Coach, pleasure coming up, and we sure appreciate you. And good luck in tomorrow's game with Bloomfield.
Hey, thank you.
That's head coach of the Van Buren Bulldogs, Wayne Jessen.